Hi there, today I'm going to show you how to create this card using a brand new stamp set from the 2014 Stampin' Up! Catalog. This is a new stamp set called A Work of Art, and I received it at the 2014 catalog premiere earlier this week, and it came in a wood mount, which I don't normally get. I usually get the clear mount, but what I wanted to show you with the wood mount is it is a snug fit. So I'm going to open it up. There's only one way to put these stamps back in the box, and as it is snug, snug, snug. So what I recommend is when you get this set, if you order it in the wood, take a picture of the blocks, how they are laid out when you get the set. Put your stickers on one side, put your stamps on the other, and then I took this whole thing, I closed it up, I had this facing the back, and I photocopied it. So you'll see here, see in the back? So this is actually a photocopy. So I put all the stamps in here face down, and I put it on this side face down on my scanner, and I photocopied it. So then you just slip this in the back, and whenever you go to put these stamps back in, you know exactly where they go. And that's how they go back in. And it'll close, but I mean there is like almost no wiggle room here, okay? So we're just going to use this one image here and the greeting, and we're going to make a quick and easy card. I'm going to use shimmery white cardstock, and this is a little bit larger than I would normally layer on the front of the card, but I want just a tiny border around the edges. So this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. We're going to use Wisteria Wonder, and we're going to tap to get that nice and inky, and I'm going to actually go a little bit off the paper. So I'm going to line up the edge of the cardstock to one of the lines on the grid paper. I'm going to line up this edge of the wood block to the bottom of my cardstock, and I'm going to go over about 3 squares. And then press firmly. Now we're going to clean this stamp in between colors just to make sure that we don't muddy up the colors as we go up. The next color is Tempting Turquoise. And again, you're going to tap. So to line up the second image, I've worked it out where I know that I can line up the edge of this block right to about there in the image. Not quite the very bottom, but almost. And remember, I'm lining up the left side of the block to the 3rd square over. So just make sure that I'm back to where this was. Or you could also use your Stamp-A-Majig, but I just kind of figured out the placement, and that works well too. And it's a little bit faster. Our next color is Wild Wasabi. I'm going to use Stays On for the greeting. So I'm going to stamp the greeting in the lower right hand corner. We have basic black. This is your standard card size, 8.5 by 5.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. And we're going to layer this right on top, and you can see that we will have just a tiny little border around the edges. Add adhesive around all the edges. I'm going to use scrap Whisper White cardstock, a stamp set called Papillon Potpourri. We're going to punch them out with the itty bitty butterfly punch. And just center that. Give a half squeeze to grip the paper and check for placement, and then punch them out. I'm first going to add a tiny little dimensional on each wing. You can use your pokey tool to help lift this up. And all I did was go along the edge, and I just made little snips, so these are really tiny little slivers, and they fit perfectly on the wings. I'm not going to remove the backing on the dimensionals. I just want them to help keep the wings popped up. Once we have dimensionals on the back of the butterflies, we're going to attach them to the card with glue dots. I'm going to fold the butterfly in half, press the center to the glue dot, and then I'm going to roll the glue dot onto itself. So it's just a tiny little glue dot right in the center. I actually kind of changed my mind. Instead of having the butterflies go straight up, I want them to kind of curve a little bit. So I'm just going to scoot them over a little bit. And I'm going to have to check my placement to make sure. Actually, I like it just like that. So this last one is just going off the end. So now I can finish adding the rest. We're going to finish the card off with some rhinestones. I'm using the pokey tool to get under the largest rhinestones. I'm going to place it right in the center of each butterfly. And then I'm going to take the tiniest little rhinestone at the end of the greeting. I also stamped the inside of the card and the envelope to match. I hope you enjoyed today's project. For more ideas, please visit me at KeenanCreations.com. Thanks and have a great day.